the 2K Sports pregame show.
NBA regular season opener for a couple of teams. Thank you all for tuning in. So happy you're here. I'm ecstatic that you're here.
I miss you too,
and I'm really happy that Kenny and Shaq are here too.
I miss you too, Ernie.
Thank you. Me too. Tonight, we'll be watching the Houston Rockets playing against the New Orleans Pelicans. And for New Orleans, looking to kick off the new year right. But to get the win, they'll have to weather the perfect storm. On the road, in front of a hostile crowd, playing a team that's confident in this environment. It is a terrific challenge. And we get to see the Brow in action tonight. Scary that it's still so early in his career. Kenny, just how good can Anthony Davis get?
Well, he's
Look
dominant.
at that brow you got right there.
Oh, my.
Whoa,
I have a double brow.
Man, that thing has a
duo
taken on
brow?
a life
I have
of
a
its
double
own.
brow. I have a
Duo brow.
Yeah.
It
It does.
weighs about 14 pounds.
It's
doesn't
thick,
it?
though. It's
Wow.
thick, but it's a duo.
Anyway, AD.
Well, anyway, he's dominant in almost every aspect of the game. A big guy who can handle the ball. He can run the floor. He can shoot jump shots. He can defend. And he's a force anywhere you put him.
I want to see how smart you guys are.
Okay.
If he was a reptile, which reptile would he be?
Oh, a raptor.
Ernie,
If he were a reptile,
what would he be?
he'd be,
Taking too long, Ernie. He'd be a versatilian.
Ooh.
Team should be nervous of what he can do in 3 years. You like
Versatility.
that? Versatilian.
That
like
is.
that.
I'm surprised that you've waited this long to break that one out.
Yeah.
Versatilian.
Dr. O'Neill, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Amphibious.
Kevin Harlan, it's all yours.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Hi, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan with Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top and going against New Orleans, their first game of the NBA's regular season. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they really took care of business against this group last year, winning the season series.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, guys, we know James Harden hits that step-back 3 a lot, and Mike D'Antoni says most coaches would think, okay, he had a tough shot, live with it. That's some hard living. But it's one of the most lethal shots in the game. Kevin?
Yeah, with that pump fake, he can get to the free throw line too, DA. There's just no answer. Well, it's the first game of the regular season. Chris, talk about what you expect to see this year in the league overall, the feel you think you're going to get.
Well, I think there's going to be two sides. It's a copycat league, so you're going to see some teams that are going to try to speed up the play. You're going to see some teams that try to increase three-pointers and decrease their mid-range jumpers. And then reality will set in, and then they'll have to kind of get back to playing regular basketball. And for some teams, it's just straight development. How can you develop your young players and get them along with maybe some veterans who are going to be transitioned out in the middle of the year? So right now for coaches, GMs, presidents, there's a lot of optimism, but there's also a lot of prodding and self-examination to see where they will be a year from now, as opposed to putting all their eggs in this season.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Mirotic out there with Anthony Davis. And it's Randall in at the center, locking down the middle. And so the New Orleans Pelicans get the first points of the ballgame. Pulls it from the elbow. And that one drops for him.
And love the muscle Anthony brings to the 3 spot. Takes pride in outworking everyone when he's that deep inside.
Now here's Randall. Back to Holiday. Picked by Randall. And Clint Capella is going to pick up a foul. That's his first foul.
A foul right off the bat. You hate to pick up your first one so quick.
And just about a minute into the first quarter, Mirotic gets the bucket.
Look how Mirotic muscles through the contact. He's showing how tough he is on these shots.
Paul kicks to Anthony. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Oh, terrific pass work. That shot's a lot easier after an assist like that.
Holiday, the pass to Randall. Back to Holiday. Mirotic, the screen. Pass to Randall. Right side, Davis. Shot clock at 3. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
Kicks it out to Harden. Good on the triple. Harden's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Outside Holiday. Outside Davis. To the paint. Here's Randall. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Randall's got his first points of the night.
Well, they've come out the locker room. Hizza! 4 for 4 to start the night.
Here's Harden. And that one hits back iron. The Pelicans have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here. Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Over Chris. Another one falls for New Orleans.
And the soft jump shot there of Davis. You got to respect his perimeter game.
Rockets trail by 3. Paul passes to Carmelo. And Mirotic sends it back. And he gets it back. That one good for 2. Anthony's got 6 points.
He's giving them a nice lift this quarter. The shots are falling for him.
Left side, Davis. And that's going to be a travel. And while we have a chance, let's take a look at the best free throw shooters in the league from last season. Second, Chris Paul.
He was locked and loaded from the free throw line all season. Never suffered through any real lulls in that department.
He kicks to Capella. And here's Harden for 3. It's rebounded by New Orleans.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Randall. And Randall throws it down.
Anytime Randall gets near the rim, you better look out. It's about to be a brutal finish.
There's the pass to Anthony. Mirotic grabs the miss. Pelicans leading by 3. And we've all heard the rumors that have been floating around the last few seasons. A lot of speculation if Davis could get traded or Greg leave in free agency.
I mean, Davis moving would be one of the rare situations where it literally could shake up the entire league. You hear a lot of different teams express their interest in him, but credit to Davis. He really has remained committed to New Orleans and has said everything you'd want to hear from a fan's perspective.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Capella sets a screen for Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
And it's Marquise Chris with the foul. That's his first foul. Here's Holiday. Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Layup off the pick. And it's Davis missing.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
And that one drops.
So composed and confident. I mean, Paul isn't the biggest guy. That doesn't stop him from getting it done inside.
And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. Randall a screen on Paul. Pass to Davis. Picked by Randall. Back to Mirotic. Clock at 6. That's in there. Davis with the assist.
Look at Mirotic's touch inside. Mirotic understands how to score deep in the paint.
Paul outside. Inside. Anthony down low, guarded by Holiday. And Anthony gets it to go. And Moore kicks to Randall. Davis sets a screen. Floats it up for Randall. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
That's a major league catch and flush right there. Randall's not a high flyer, but showing some explosiveness at the rim that time.
And that was an unleashed chaos moment indeed. What a spectacular play. Sponsored by Under Armour Hover Havoc. Chris can't hit.
Oh, he finds a major hole in the D beyond the arc and still can't cash in on it.
Davis, the pass to Moore. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a three-point play chance.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
The Pelicans shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And last season, 77% from the line. They could usually get the job done there.
Gordon's checked in for Chris. Personalities in this game, Chris. Such a big part of what makes the NBA so entertaining.
Oh, man, think about our boy Dre. Draymond Green, for those of you that don't know Day. But Draymond Green, his personality is not only great for his team, but also for us fans when we see him on the court. How about Embiid, Mr. Personality on social media? You love it. And how about Jaylen Brown with his wide ways on the chessboard, the most interesting basketball player in the world. So all of these guys are exciting, fun personalities to watch for the game.
Pelicans leading by 6. Here's Moore. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Houston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Outside Gordon. Ball against Holiday. 5 on the clock. Pulls up on the wing. Paul can't get it to go.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
He's got to be wondering, how did he miss that? I mean, he had all the space in the world.
And stolen by Mirotic. Here's Davis, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one's on Anthony.
And with everything that Anthony Davis does on offense, it's just mind-boggling. His scoring inside and out, the percentages, he does it all. He is undoubtedly one of the best big men in the league, and many would argue he is the best in the NBA.
First one falls for him. And with Anthony Davis, the stat lines, Greg, he can post on any given night are just absurd.
Really, Davis still strong defensively, but he really impacts every facet of the game. One of the rare players who can carry a team on both ends of the floor. There just aren't many great players that can lead a team to a championship, but I think Davis is of that mold.
Second free throw, no good. Nene is out of Brazil, a quality player for whom injuries have always been a constraining factor.
Yeah, and that's one reason you like him in that reserve role, controlling his minutes, keeping him fresh, because he's a difference maker on the floor at both ends.
Now here's Paul. Over Peyton. That one wide left.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Paul with the steal. Over Peyton. The Rockets again can't hit. Pelicans leading by 7. Passes it to Okafor. Back to Peyton. They set the pick. Pick by Okafor. Davis inside. He's against Green. And that one's good by Davis.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. Look at the Rockets. They shoot a ton of three-pointers, Chris, despite all those perimeter attempts. They get to the free throw line at a tremendous rate.
Well, they have two rules, three-pointers and layups. And with Harden and CP3, both experts at creating contact, they're going to get to the line. Some people think they're tricking the officials, but I don't. They are hard to guard. Keep your hand out the cookie jar. Love it or hate it, it's effective.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation. The coach right there, I mean, that should be an interesting conversation.
Here's Clark from deep. They get it back. Here's Davis. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And it's an 11-point Pelican lead.
Well, he's reason number one there in front. I mean, his shooting has been almost flawless.
Nene kicks it to Tucker. Eric Gordon on the wing. Nene, the screen to end the drought. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Gordon's got 5 now.
He's got some pep in his step tonight. I wonder what he had to eat last night. I mean, very solid first quarter for him at the offensive end.
Here's Payton. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Gordon kicks it to Tucker. Nene, the screen. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That's his first foul. The Pelicans making a switch here. Hill's checked in.
Substitution for the Pelicans. Solomon Hill.
Outside Gordon. Here's the floater. And it's good on the layup. Gordon's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Pelicans leading by 9. Clark the pass to Hill. There's the screen. Dishes it to Payton. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Right off the opening tip, they've been relentless. And this style of play can be hard to come back against.
Now, here's Tucker. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. The dish to Paul. Shot clock at 6. Over Payton. And it's Paul missing.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, is not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass, play the role of the facilitator.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Gordon kicks to Paul. Over Payton. Tries again. And it's Nene getting it to go in. Nene's got his first 2 points.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Pick by Okafor. Knocked loose and taken away by Paul. Outside Green. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And that's all started by Paul's anticipation. He creates the turnover, then jump starts them in transition.
Houston shooting their first free throw tonight.
One shot, gentlemen.
Free throw good, Green. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Clark, the pass to Hill. They set the pick. He dishes it to Payton. For New Orleans, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
At the line of the Pelicans. Elfrid Payton taking 2 shots.
shot's good from Payton.
And the 6'4", 485-pound Payton certainly has a unique skill set. Also wants to keep improving as a leader.
And the Rockets making a change here. Ennis is checked in. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line. Now Gordon. He's got 7. Pass to Paul. Over Payton. And no good trying to get that one. Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for New Orleans. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. And we'll be right back after this. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game for sure, talks about his knack for making a lot of steals, forcing turnovers.
The steals thing is just something that I've always had a knack for doing, and just I think it's because I watch so much basketball.
Well, you hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits, what they like to do, gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
So the Pelican 5 right now. We've got Darius Miller, Ian Clark out there with Payton. Then there's Solomon Hill, and it's Okafor in at the 5 down low. Pelicans leading by 7. Payton dishes to Okafor. And it's Miller in the corner over Ennis. Miller, no luck. The Rockets shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. And we're starting the second quarter, about a minute gone. Pelicans shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Fires from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Miller's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There isn't any player in the league who's going to pass up that shot. There was nobody near him.
Gordon kicks to Nene. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Payton passes to Okafor. Miller outside. And there's the pass to Okafor. Just 4 to shoot. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And to look now at the 4 areas where shots can come from. The paint, mid-range, and shots from deep, all broken down for Houston.
They have settled for a lot of 2-point jump shots here. It's a shot most defenses are willing to concede, and you can see why. Very hard to make a living here from that range.
Now here's Paul. Here's the 3. Okafor grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
Rockets trail by 10. Paul kicks to Nene. And Nene slams it in.
Listen, you can count on Paul to find the open man. His court awareness, simply off the charts.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Here's Clark. Outside Hill. Okafor with the screen on Paul. Payton drives in. He used that pick to get in close. Payton's got 11.
Oh, look at the soft touch on the teardrop.
For Houston, they've gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Alfred Payton over his 4 seasons, developing one of the most distinctive hairstyles in the league.
You know, and I remember seeing some footage where his hair seemed to block his vision on a shot attempt. For a player who had struggled shooting the ball, many question whether a trim might be in order. We'll see.
Houston with a big group substitution here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. Chris comes in for P.J. Tucker. Anthony's checked in for Eric Gordon. And it's James Harden in for Chris Paul. And then for New Orleans, Randall's checked in for Okafor. Mirotic comes in for Miller. And it's Drew Holiday in for Ian Clark. Harden kicks to Anthony. Capella sets a screen for Anthony. Capella, the pass to Harden. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here.
Jump ball call.
Ball's knocked loose, and it's the Pelicans with the ball. Payton outside. Outside Mirotic. Back to Payton. Mirotic sets the screen for Payton. Over to the left wing. That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Payton. Mirotic has got his 3rd basket of the night. Rockets trail by 15. Anthony sets the pick for Harden. Another miss by Houston.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Kept alive. Randall no good.
Just the presence of the D in the lane is enough to make him short-arm that layup.
Harden outside. Will it go? It's good from long range. Harden's got 6 points.
And that's just tremendous dribbling from Harden. I mean, he has the ball on the string, the handles, weaving around any defender in his way.
He gets it in there. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Kicks to Ennis. Payton against Harden. And some nice passing there by Houston. Here's Ennis. Harden trying to get open. Ennis misses. Pelicans leading by 14. Outside Mirotic. A floater, and it's good on the way in. He's got 11.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
You know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
And the basket by Harden.
But if you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
Mirotic the screen. And Holiday kicks to Mirotic. From downtown, Chris with the rebound. For Houston, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Outside Mirotic. Back to Holiday. Picked by Randall. Mirotic sets the screen for Holiday. 6 to shoot. It's stolen by Ennis. Knocked loose. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday.
And how about the numbers here for Drew Holiday? Last season, he played outstanding. 16th in assists. And he was also among the top 20 in steals. That ability is more unique than folks realize. Very valuable defensively.
And really a good season for him distributing the basketball. Whether it was the drive and dish, pick and roll, fast break, he was money all year long. And so Mike D'Antoni has had enough. Timeout. Chris, you had a lengthy NBA career. From what you observed, talk about the differences in how various coaches hold practices and try to teach.
You just want to keep guys motivated. You want guys to listen and then execute. And whatever you can do to get their ear, gain their trust, and then get them to go out there and execute. So if you're on a veteran team, you may have a smaller practice but with more intensity. Meaning maybe you only practice an hour, of live work, going back and forth and scrimmaging, whereas if you're a young team, you might be able to expect 2 hours of scrimmaging every day. Do the players understand the culture? Do they understand the tenets of the offense and the defense? And usually coaches coach by that need and necessity of the team as opposed to just having one structure. So in Washington, we had 3-a-days during training camp, as opposed to in Sacramento later in my career, it would be one practice because we're all old. We need to make sure that we get the most intensity out of this practice and then save our legs for the game.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Here is Harden following the basket by Anthony Davis. Capella, the pass to Anthony. That shot, no good. And New Orleans will come the other way. They host the Kings after this game. That'll be the first of 4 played at home for them. Randall. Good work defensively by Capella. Rockets trail by 15. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Green kicks to Chris. There's a screen by Chris. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by New Orleans. Now here's Moore. Picked by Randall. Davis dishes to Holiday. Pass to Randall. Shoots over Capella. Randall no good. Houston's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Harden inside the three-point line. The step-back jumper is good. Harden's got 11.
The confidence Harden has, I mean, he knows the D is on him. It doesn't stop him from firing.
Picked by Randall, and Moore kicks to Holiday. Davis with a screen on Harden. Here's Holiday. Softly drops in the floater. He's got 9.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Outside Anthony. Screen by Capella. Yep, it goes in, and the Pelican lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Carmelo Anthony. Outside Mirotic. Davis sets a screen. It's stolen by Capella. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Over Mirotic. Rebounded by Moore. New Orleans leading by 12. Launches it. That shot is no good, and he's 1 for 3 from the floor. Passes it to Green. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Holiday against Harden. Now here is Holiday. Defense is right there. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. A moment to check out who the New Orleans Pelicans have coming up. On Friday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Sacramento Kings. And then on Tuesday, they'll be playing against Lou Williams and the Los Angeles Clippers.
And for the matchup with the Jazz, it's going to be an all-out battle. And you just hope they are rested and able to execute their game plan, as it's going to be a tremendous challenge.
Now here's Moore after Clint Capella's miss. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. For the 3, sinks the three-pointer. Mirotic has got 14.
And great job from beyond the arc this quarter. They are now shooting the 3 at almost 60% for the game.
And the wide-open shot from Green. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defenses adjust, though.
Now here's Moore. No good on the triple.
And one thing I liked in the first quarter was their aggressiveness to draw the contact, putting the defense on the defensive.
Mirotic has a wide open look. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. Here's Davis. Goes back up, and the layup is good. 13 points in the game.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
Now here's Green. 6 points for him. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Well, Greg, Anthony Davis with so much talent, it's easy to take Drew Holiday for granted.
I mean, I think Holiday is the catalyst in terms of this team's ability to create and really put pressure on an offense. It has improved his scoring and become a very efficient option at that guard spot. Has always been selective with his shots, but now is pressing a bit more to get involved, and more aggression from him, I think, has helped his production.
And he knocks down the first one. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Capella. P.J. Tucker comes in for Chris. Gordon's checked in for Anthony. And Paul's subbed in for James Harden. New Orleans also making some changes. Okafor's checked in for Randall. And it's Darius Miller in for Mirotic. And both free throws good for Davis. 44 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Paul passes to Nene. And Tucker kicks to Paul. Five on the clock. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Paul's got 4 points in the quarter.
That medium range area, that was Paul's bread and butter when he entered into the league. I mean, then he added range to that.
Moore against Gordon. Moore outside. They get a hand on it and stolen by Gordon. 1 second left. That one no good. And so it's New Orleans sitting with a comfortable lead up by 14. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection, and it's led to a terrific field goal percentage. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Elfrid, you guys scored a lot in the first half. What are you doing well offensively?
I think it starts with defense. We're able to get out in transition. We're getting rebounds and pushing the ball. I think that's what's getting us open looks.
Well, we'll see if you can keep doing that in the second half, Elfrid. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 15 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. Kenny, your thoughts, how the Pelicans are playing?
Well, they just about ran their offense to perfection. They pounded the ball inside, and the entry feeds were on time and on the money. It was a clinic to watch. The second half is going to be no contest if they keep getting shots 8 feet and in.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Rockets.
Well, one reason they're getting roasted, a.k.a. blown out, poor rebounding. Way too many one-and-done possessions. I don't want to see guys dribble between their legs and shoot. Not enough fundamentals. Hey, box out 101. Maintain position 101. Learn how to play basketball 101. Things like that, Ernie.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
We begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Pelicans leading by 14. Paul and Harden are the incredible backcourt duo.
Anthony
Marquise Chris is out there with Clint Capella. And it's Anthony in at the 3 spot. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. Here is Paul, following the basket by Anthony Davis. The drive by Paul. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Paul's got 8.
Always a threat to turn on the Jets. Paul, quick switch of gears, gets to the rack.
Davis sets a screen. Capella against Randall. To the right side. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. He can't get that one to fall. So Houston will take it the other way. And here's Harden for 3. Randall grabs the board. Randall's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. He kicks to Holiday. Moore in the corner. Davis sets a screen. No good from Moore.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target with nobody near him.
The 3 from Anthony. Pelicans pull it in. Randall's got his 6th rebound on the night. Davis dishes to Holiday. And stolen by Chris. Paul against Holiday. Paul passes to Chris. And here's Harden for 3. Pelicans pull it in. Randall's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Dishes it to Holiday. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Some solid D from Paul.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Capella sets a screen for Harden. Pass to Paul. Screen by Capella. That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 11 on the bucket from Paul.
And the experience right there. Paul, he's a master at using the screen to his advantage.
Davis sets a screen. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Over Chris. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
Harden, that's good.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
The pass to Davis. Shot to stop the drought. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 5 assists tonight.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Now a timeout called by Houston.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
Ooh, this is ugly. No question about it. And you wonder if these matchups aren't favoring them right now.
Elfrid Payton, he's checked in for Drew Holiday. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
New Orleans moving the ball around. Floats it up for Randall. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And that Unleash Chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. Here's Anthony, accurate with a jumper from the elbow. Anthony's got 13.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
Payton kicks to Mirotic. Davis sets a screen. Pass to Moore for 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. He has 6.
No doubt that was a defensive mistake. You got to have a guy on him at all times.
Passes it to Carmelo. And the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
Yeah, just superb focus there from Melo, overpowering the D and still finishes. Carmelo Anthony, one of the most formidable scorers ever. Top 20 in points all time in NBA history.
Ennis, he's checked in for Houston. Solomon Hill, he's checked in for New Orleans. Ian Clark comes in for Ejuan Moore.
Shooting 1.
And when you think about Melo's scoring back to the basket, facing up, so versatile as a scorer.
A combination of strength, quickness, and touch that you rarely see. He can go around you, through you, or shoot it right over you.
Payton against Paul. Payton kicks to Hill. Pass to Clark. Clock at 6. Shoots.
Gotta admire the speed of Harden. I mean, he looks locked in on defense, especially with how he contests these shots.
To the paint. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Harden. Anthony's got it back down to within single digits for the Rockets. New Orleans gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight. Payton kicks to Davis. Back to Payton. And no good that time. Good work defensively by Capella. Takes the 13-footer. Anthony's shot is off. Pelicans leading by 8. Here's Clark. Payton outside. Kicks to Randall. Davis with a screen on Capella. Davis sets a screen. From about 16. And the Pelicans miss again. Houston's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Pelicans with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. And the pass to Hill. Davis sets a screen. Here's Clark. Pass to Davis. That's tipped. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last.
Taking a look here at some numbers for Julius Randle. He had a strong showing last season. Put up about 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's been putting up points with regularity. I mean, that's what they depend on, his killer instinct on offense.
Yeah, anytime this club needs a basket, he's their go-to guy. Just an irrepressible, prolific scorer.
Harden, no good. New Orleans leading by 8. Here's Randall. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on James Harden.
Well, he was drafted 7th in 2014. Randall actually dropped because of injury concerns. But you see, he has all the talent in the world. Well, look, Julius Randle making an effort to up his physical condition. Look, you love his motor, and he wants to be able to handle dealing with larger assignments, as he can often give up height on most plays against most players. He's one of the more consistent presence on the floor.
The first free throw is good. And see Webb with Randall's production. He's shown to be versatile in where he can line up as well.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, he came into this league as a small forward, but he has seen some time as a small ball 5. I mean, that's crazy. The focus on conditioning, that's helped him in that regard. He's turned his defense from a weakness into a strength as he continues to improve his game.
Both free throws good from Randall. Rockets trail by 10. Anthony sets the pick for Paul. To the middle, and stolen by Payton. And here we go. Fast break. Payton's got it. Taken away by Anthony. Here's the dish to Paul. Anthony with the screen on Payton. Now here's Ennis. He's guarded by Hill. Ennis kicks to Anthony. 6 to shoot. A shot by Paul. Nobody around. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. 14 points for Chris Paul.
Well, you got to appreciate how assured Paul is. He takes pride in torching the D on the catch and shoot.
Davis sets a screen. Passes it to Clark. Shoots a 3. Pelicans keep it alive and finished off by Davis.
And Kevin, plays like that are really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And Greg, the jam and the follow gets their whole bench jumping. Look at them. They are really into it.
Guys, those are the kind of hustle plays that keep a team in front.
A shot by Harden, wide open. His three-pointers off the mark.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
To the paint. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Davis.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
Now here's Paul. He's got 14, and they double up Paul. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And Melo is highly explosive, nailing shots left and right. The D has got to get it out of his hands.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans.
Well, most figured Melo would go to the Rockets after the buyout trade to Atlanta last summer. He's playing for a coach he used to butt heads with in New York with Mike D'Antoni. Melo has some proving to do this year, whether he wants to acknowledge it or not.
Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Anthony. Green comes in for Ennis, and it's Gordon in for James Harden. New Orleans also making some changes. Okafor comes in for Randall, and it's Darius Miller in for Ian Clark. Pelicans leading by 5. And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Payton. He feeds it to Davis. Stolen by Tucker.
And the lead starting to slip away.
Inside. Back to Gordon. Davis with some nice D.
That's just a quick move to the 10 and an even quicker reaction by the D to stop him there.
It's rebounded by Houston. Outside, Green. Pass to Paul. Over Payton. That one's good. The New Orleans lead is cut down to just 3 in the basket from Paul.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Payton kicks to Davis. Lets it go from the wing. Green with the rebound. Here's Houston now. They're on a 16-7 run. It's good. This game is all even. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Now here's Okafor. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Almost every look he gets inside is a good one, but the D hangs in there and makes it a tough one.
Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Yeah, Greg, there's no panic in them. I mean, staring at a big deficit, they still kept their poise and went to work.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And P.J. Tucker, Greg, a rugged physical defender at the forward.
And here's the guy, 2nd-round pick back at 06. Spent 5 seasons playing abroad before making his return to the association. Now he's a seasoned veteran and not shy about holding his teammates accountable, especially defensively.
Now here's Paul, following the miss by Anthony Davis. And Nene slams it in.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game. For many years, he's made everyone around him better.
Holiday dishes to Okafor. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Here on the 2K leaderboard are the rebounding leaders from a season ago. 5th on the list, Anthony Davis.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
First free throw is good. Ejuan Moore is checked in for New Orleans. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Nene, the screen. Green, the pass to Nene. And stolen by Miller. Jumps up, and it's Miller with the jam.
And it almost feels like 2 buckets coming off the steal like it did.
Paul kicks to Nene. The pass to Paul. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Wow, what a sensational quarter from him. And as long as they have this lead, I'd keep going to him again and again and again and again.
Pelicans trail by 3. Miller sets a screen for Holiday. Pass to Davis. Picked by Okafor. Davis inside, guarded by Tucker. And Davis gets it to go. Davis has got 23 points.
A great set play, laying down the screen and setting up the easy chance.
Miller against Green. They set the screen. Now the feed to Tucker. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. P.J. Tucker C-Webb was an undersized power forward at the University of Texas. He made a pretty effective transition to small forward in the pros.
I mean, the way the game is going now, he's able to slide back to that power forward position as well. The strength to hold his ground. I mean, a good enough shooter to space the floor for his teammates.
The first one falls. Chris, he's checked in for Gerald Green. And the Pelicans making a change here as well. Mirotic is checked in for Davis. Both free throws good from Tucker. Pelicans trail by 3.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call. Let's see what they do right here.
Fades away. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Off target with what's pretty good look from mid-range.
Feeds it to Paul.
Paul really has no holes in his game. I mean, he's consistently one of the league's best free throw shooters.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And over the course of last year, he was up over 90%. And with a stroke like that, you see why.
And he makes the first.
And no doubt Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Both free throws good from Paul.
Well, he's not making any mistakes up there today. Another solid trip to the line for him.
Holiday against Paul. For New Orleans, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
He hits the second from the line. 8 seconds left here in the third quarter. Down low, taken away by Holiday. With 1 on the clock, it's off. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets ahead. They lead by 4. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Yeah, he put it on a platter, and it was served cold. Now, I love the poise, the decisiveness. This is how you run an offense.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Rockets leading by 4 on the court for the Pelicans. Getting the fourth quarter going. Holiday and Moore, the guards. Mirotic out there with Darius Miller. And it's Okafor in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's Tucker. That 3 off the mark. New Orleans has gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Knocked loose. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
1 shot.
Here's Paul. He kicks it to Nene. There's a screen. Back to Paul. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And the focus Paul has on these shots, takes his punishments and stays locked in on the rim. Crazy. I mean, you look at Chris Paul, he didn't play in the last 2 All-Star games, but he's a top 15 player in this league.
Clint Capella, he's checked in for Nene. And that one falls for Paul. And Chris Paul, All-NBA first or second team just about every single season. And perennial first-team All-Defense.
But get this, only 3 point guards in league history have averaged 18 points, 10 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals for an entire season. Russell Westbrook, he did it once, Isaiah twice, and Chris Paul 5 times. He's been a different player since halftime, coming on strong now.
Houston in the lead. A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. And here's Tucker. Outside Gordon. 6 on the shot clock. Capella inside, working on Okafor. There's a screen by Chris. Now, here's Tucker, covered by Miller. Tries again. Tucker can't get it to go. It's stolen by Capella. The Rockets with another miss. Paul against Holiday. To the inside. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Mirotic, a screen on Paul. Here's Holiday, the dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. That one's on Eric Gordon.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
Yeah, Kevin, that's what he was thinking. Get aggressive, attack the basket, and get this game going their way.
Houston making a switch here. Anthony's checked in, and a change for the Pelicans. Randall's checked in. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Ball against Holiday. Capella with a screen on Holiday. And Chris Paul gets the 3. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
Wow, he is lighting it up here in the second half.
Picked by Randall. To the inside. And Capella sends it back.
And you can't throw up weak stuff around Capella. He takes pride in sending shots back.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Here's the screen. Paul outside. Stolen by Holiday. With the teardrop. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw good from Holiday. James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. Both free throws good from Drew Holiday.
And making the most of their opportunities at the line here in the second half.
Anthony sets the pick for Paul. Chris with it. Passes to Anthony. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jahlil Okafor. That's his first foul. Now Harden. Back to Capella. Just 5 to shoot.
Maybe we can give him a pass for that turnover, only because he's been reliable up to now, mistake-free.
Holiday, the pass to Mirotic. It's stolen by Anthony. Paul kicks to Chris. Pass to Harden. Gets an open look and hits. Harden's got it all tied up now for the Rockets.
Oh, that's just the confidence Harden has in himself. I mean, ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
Picked by Randall. Okafor sets the pick for Mirotic. Okafor with the screen on Anthony. Mirotic's shot is off. For Houston, they've gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Okafor with the steal. There's the pass to Randall. Outside Mirotic. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
There's a screen by Chris. Goes up off the pick. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, and when Harden is going strong to the rim, he's looking for the throwdown, ripping the rim down hard on that one.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Left side, Mirotic. And a miss there on the triple.
It's only a matter of time until his three-point shot comes back to him. I mean, he knocked down 2 threes before halftime. Nothing so far here in the second.
Yeah, that's just poor decision-making. He's got to be better in those situations.
I'd love to hear his explanation of Coach right there. I mean, that should be an interesting conversation. He's done almost no damage from three-point range in this game. No threes in this half and only 1 in the first.
Inside, and Chris throws it down.
Well, when you draw this much attention from the D, you know someone's bound to be left open, and Harden finds it.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
And Clint Capella, born in Switzerland, his mother immigrating from the Congo. growing up poor. Clint lived in a welfare orphanage from age 6 up to 13. I mean, those were tough times, but he said it helped prepare him for where he is now.
New Orleans making a switch here. Davis is checked in, and we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Alvin Gentry said to his team. He told the guys, I know you can do it. Make every possession count and watch how things go our way. Kevin?
A determined scorer in the face of tight defense. I mean, it only brings out the best of Harden.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Over Paul. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut back down to 4 points with the basket from Drew Holiday.
It's just been one of those nights for him. He got into the floor of the game and has not lost his touch.
Now here's Anthony. Takes the three. Chris can't hit.
A perfect position to grab the rebound. Gets underneath, boxes out, and pulls it down.
Davis kicks to Mirotic. Over Anthony. Mirotic's shot is off.
He's gone off the rails this quarter, and it's a bad time to do it. I mean, when they're needing to fight from behind.
And Harden is more than just a scorer. He's also got some sensational handles and passing instincts. Loves connecting with his teammates.
Here's Davis following the score by Houston. From deep, Moore. And that one falls coming off of Davis's feed. Davis has got his 5th assist in this one. Rockets leading by 3. Anthony on the wing. And it's good, 2 points. Anthony's got 11 in the second half.
This is the next step for Capella, learning how to become a better passer over time.
Holiday against Paul. And Holiday kicks to Davis. The jump hook, count it, good. Davis has got 25 points in the game.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
But he's showing you he wants to close this game out. That's an attitude that he brings and is appreciated by this team.
There's a screen by Chris. The drive by Paul. Good D by Holiday.
Yeah, and he had the D tangled up there with that patented crossover. Just couldn't convert the finish.
Moore dishes to Holiday. Pick by Randall. Shot clock at 6. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Over Chris. And it's Davis missing. Rockets have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Harden, no good.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Mirotic's shot is off.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Out to Chris. Off target from 3-point range.
But this has not been his best effort. He's lucky his teammates have been there to bail him out.
Holiday against Paul. Count it, and the Houston lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Holiday. Holiday's got 9 points now in the quarter. Paul against Holiday. Anthony sets the pick for Paul. Anthony off the pick. That one wide left. New Orleans gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
I guarantee you that's not the shot they were looking for in that possession.
Paul against Holiday. And Chris Paul hits from deep. Paul's got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Rockets. Pelicans trail by 4.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And he has to take that long, slow walk back to the bench here. He'll watch the rest of this one from the sideline.
Gerald Green, he's checked in for the Rockets. Now here is Mirotic. Rockets with the rebound. Capella's got 4 rebounds in this game. And he lobs it up toward the rim. It's stolen by Davis. To the paint. Mirotic passes to Holiday. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Puts it up from 15. It's good. And the Rocket lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Davis.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here is Davis following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. And it's Davis finishing it off.
Vital basket there. This is just the time and really just the situation when he looks to take over.
Moore against Harden. Kicks it to Green. 1:36 left to play here in the fourth. Teardrop shot. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time.
The floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50%. Outside, Davis. .116 left in the game. Davis setting the pick for Mirotic. Shot clock at 3. Over Chris. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
Pelicans ball.
.104 left to play in the final quarter. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. He just didn't do that, did he? A critical point of the game, and he makes just about the worst mistake possible.
Houston's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Harden against Moore. Money!
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Well, we want people to tune in, don't we? This is what they're tuning into. Big moments.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They trail by 4. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
There's 45 seconds left in the fourth. High post, Davis. Connects! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
13 feet away. Harden, no good. And so it's New Orleans with it. Teardrop shot. Nails it. And tie game. That is a huge basket right there. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building.
Timeout called, the Rockets. Down low, here's Green. Moore inside, guarded by Harden. To take the lead. Got it!
I mean, this D is a joke. He's way too passive. They got to get a body on him, and he's on his way to the bucket.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They're trailing by 2. 6 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what's your take?
You know what? You can go for the 3 to win or the 2 to tie. What's your choice in a situation like this?
Yeah, Greg, and I say you go for the dagger. I mean, try to get that big 3. That'll win you the game.
Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. So it's a narrow victory for the Pelicans, pulling it out for the W. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.
And Kevin, this is the kind of win you have to take a ton of pride in. I mean, they battled with everything they had and came through when the pressure was at its highest.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, before we started the game, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. We were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long.